All right, so this is Kenny Santos out of Toronto, Canada for KennySantos.com. Do you know how much social media really is affecting your life and how it's affecting your life? And when I talk about this, some of you, when I talk about it, you're going to agree with me and you're going to say, well, Kenny, that's why I don't even participate in some of these conversations on social media. And some of you, you know how it affects you, and while you may not participate, you still kind of watch the conversations. And then there's others that are oblivious or they just plain out disagree with me. And it's about the mob mentality of people on social media, because it is really easy to hide behind a screen and jump in. And what I'm talking about is when someone makes a mistake, and it's a mistake they may or may not regret, but that mistake is highlighted for, practically the whole world to see. And then the whole world kind of jumps on them and kind of, it's kind of being a jerk to them and saying, well, you know what, that guy did a crappy thing, so it's okay to be a jerk to him. And you know what, and you try and knock him down. And ultimately, how do I say this? Ultimately, when it comes down to it, is that whether you participate in those conversations or even if you just observe those conversations, they're not assisting you in your life. And whether it's the conversation about whether it was okay, quite recently it was United, and they had a guy drug off the airplane and he got his, he was bloodied and stuff. I'm not going to share my opinions on that because my opinions don't matter for this particular video, or even what I saw last night, and that was what was happening in Survivor. One of my deep dark secrets is that I love reality TV, and Survivor is one of them. So I did record it. So after everything was done, all my work was done, I sat down, watched Survivor, and on the feeds, some of the social media feeds, I was hearing words of disgust, and ultimately there was a player that did something that was pretty slimy. Now, the player that did something pretty slimy, after the thing ended, after the episode ended, I was thinking to myself, and I was kind of scared for that player. His name is Varner. He did something slimy, but he was very sorry about what he did. But I was scared for him simply because there's a lot of people on social media that are going to go on the trends and jump on him. And there's a certain way that you can make yourself look better. Either you could actually get better, whether it's reading more books, getting healthier, building up your life, doing stuff that you're proud of, or you could try and knock other people down in the attempt that if they look lower, then I look better. And that anger, and ultimately a lot of it is anger that comes out. It's a lack of love. It doesn't assist you. It doesn't serve you. All right? It might make you feel good in the moment to let the anger out and jump on it. And you know what? There could be 1,000,000,001 people or thousands and thousands of people that agree with you, and you're saying, yeah, that guy sucks. He's F1, he's terrible, and you just kind of get your digs in. But what's the point in that? It doesn't help you. As a matter of fact, that sort of negative thinking hinders you. It hinders your ability to be ambitious. Every moment that you spend on social media that doesn't better your life is a moment that could be spent going after your goals. It's a moment that could be spent in a positive mental attitude versus a negative mental attitude, because there's nothing positive about kicking someone when they're down, whether or not you think it's fair, the actions that they did. All right, and so I was scared for Jeff Varner because he did something, and then in that moment, he, maybe a couple moments later, he was sorry for what he did, and I could see that, but I could also think of everyone that's going to jump down his throat. And there's a big difference of someone doing something wrong and standing behind their decision, and someone that did something wrong that is truly remorseful. And so when you're out there in social media, really be careful about how things are affecting your life. You may think that, well, I'm not participating in the conversations, I'm just reading about these threads, because I've been caught doing that too, and sometimes just reading it makes my blood boil. It makes me angry, and I cannot come from a place of growth if I'm angry. The growing comes in the forgiveness and in the love. And the more time that you can spend loving, the more time you can actually be growing, all right? Which is why some people, they choose not to watch the news because it's all negative. And you know what? Now it's hard to avoid the negativity if you're on social media. So, and one of the things that I used to do is I used to look up, hey, what's trending right now? So many things that are trending on social media are so negative. So get the negativity out of your life. I'm not saying not to go on social media because there's a lot of positive things on social media. You could still, keep in touch with your friends and family and see that it's someone's birthday or someone just got married or someone just got a promotion, all these wonderful things. But all the negative things, do yourself a favor, shut them out and let yourself grow and get on with your life. I trust you got some great value out of this. What I invite you to do is to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Also, if you want to see more videos just like this, go to my blog. It's kennysantos.com. You can put your name and email in, and you're going to get an awesome audio in growing your business. And remember this, every day, multiple times a day, the universe sends us miracles. And all we got to do is two things. We got to recognize those miracles, and we got to accept those miracles. Just like my hat says, accept those miracles. All right, take care. Create a great day.